What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are partying like it's 1921 and we have begun decorating the, what I like to dub, the Art Deco inspired living area. A little dash of Art Deco and just a lot of black and gold Halloween spookiness. Black and gold Halloween glam. If you're new here, I usually do one full length decorate with me video for the entire Halloween season for my entire house. But this time we're gonna do things a little different. We're changing up the format. We're gonna separate the areas and make them different videos this time, and we're gonna see how that goes. The concept has been intriguing to me for a long time, and I'm finally gonna try it out. I think you guys are really going to enjoy all of the vibes. We're gonna make ourselves a gin Rickey and get this party started. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So first things first, we put on American Horror Story Hotel to set the tone for the evening. I had already cleaned off the bar cart and laid down the base of the black velvet runner so we could just jump right in and get started. Put down some fairy lights and brought out our throw pillows. Everything that just kind of sets a nice base to begin decorating. I really like to have a basic mood set before I jump into it. I started out with the main highlight pieces I wanted to use, especially this brand new candle from Bath & Body Works this year. The Wicked Vanilla Woods with the beautiful lid. I just love it so much. This clock candle pedestal is from Bath & Body Works Halloween collection from last year, and I believe I picked up this flapper sitting on the moon either last year or the year before from Michaels. For what the piece is, it is so gorgeously detailed and it's just very Art Deco with that style of the moon. It's just so pretty, and the Art Deco pedestal she's sitting on, she's an icon. Next, I brought out our very favorite vintage crystal rocks glasses. Clean lines, very geometric, very much bring out that Art Deco for me. Next, we are adding in this very beautiful black and gold masquerade skeleton bust, which I believe is from Home Goods. He always just brings everything together. I know it's not exactly 100% Art Deco, but it fits in with the vibe of just partying in the 1920s, getting dressed up, wearing very glam things. Next, we are adding in some very beautifully patterned Art Deco cocktail napkins that I picked up from Amazon this year. I did neglect to put that in my haul, but I will link them down below if you're interested in picking some up. Next, I'm adding in some of my very favorite stir sticks. What we're going for is just a very neutral black and gold glam spooky Halloween party. That's what we're going for. On the bottom of the bar cart, I am adding in once again my very favorite skull drink tray. And next, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was just trying things out. What this brushed gold bowl with the skeleton hand would look like down here at the bottom of the cart. Instead of just putting a skull in there this year, I opted to actually make it like semi-functional to display one of my very favorite bottles of champagne. For the price, this champagne is so delicious. If you guys have never tried it, I highly recommend it. But yeah, this bowl ended up taking up way too much space down here for what I really wanted to do with it. Our very jolly Mr. Bones with his toothy grin that I love so much. You can see here that he ends up not fitting. So this arrangement didn't quite work out the way that I wanted it to, but that's okay. So I did decide to move it elsewhere. Here is this very beautiful Art Deco candle holder from the Joanne Art Deco collection a few years ago. Just adding a little LED candle in there. Some spooky trees in the back, of course, to create those very vibey shadows on the wall. And here are those glasses that I picked up in my first haul this year from the Dollar Tree. They are so beautiful and just very 1920s in my mind. So I thought I would add them to the bottom of the bar cart that we could use for cocktails or whatever have you. We do have a mini fridge in this area, so glasses on the bar cart do come in handy. And then I just added in this little black and gold set of books with the skeleton hands. And once again, as another highlight piece, I added in this black and white and gold monogrammed cutting / charcuterie board from Anthropology. I added in this Happy Halloween sign as well as these ceramic pumpkins to the floor with the Art Deco pillows. I know that putting things on the floor is like not a thing sometimes for some people. A lot of people don't like decorating in that manner, but since our room is so small and cozy with the low ceilings, I just really love a cute floor display because our couch is low to the ground, and sometimes I'll even sit on the floor. So it's like, I don't know, it's a vibe for me and it works for me in our space. I just love having a nice little floor display to frame the bar cart. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that about my style, but I just like to add stuff to the floor. I don't know what it is. It just does something for me. Next, we are of course doing our annual bat wall. I know people are getting very tired of it. It's very old school by now, very 2016 Pinterest, but we can't have a lot of big artwork or anything like that on our walls because we have very little wall space because it is a finished attic. So I feel like putting the bats across the wall as if they're coming from the bar cart just really amplify that space. Like I can't imagine not putting the bats there. And then it goes really well with that bat blanket that I keep on the corner of the couch. I love it. I love it. I was aiming to keep the bar cart a little more toned down and simple this year, trying to highlight some pieces more and to also make it more spacey and functional so I could actually move things around, actually grab a glass, actually make a drink. So glancing over the couch, these are just a few things we've put out so far. I put Luna's little bed with Ramona because that is her favorite space in the house and she loves to be able to look out the window every morning. And then I just added some more throw blankets, these Bride of Frankenstein throw pillows. It's such a vibe. I absolutely love it. Moving on to the coffee table. First, I added in this very gorgeous spiderweb table runner with the very ornate beaded and sequined gold spiders. It is just such a beautiful runner. It's one of my favorite things we've ever bought for this area. Completely transforms the space and brings everything together. And then I added in this marble serving tray, as well as this very gorgeous black and gold painted plate with these black and gold glitter pumpkins, as well as this matte black and gold snake charcuterie board. You know that I gotta add in my little black rocks as filler for our little candle display. So I used this plate and these gold pumpkins to frame this very beautiful Bath & Body Works candle sleeve with the black glitter cobwebs and the gold spiders. It is just so beautiful in person. I decided to use Midnight Spell in the sleeve, which was last year's candle that I highlighted on the bar cart, but I end up finding out later that Wicked Vanilla Woods actually looks much better in there, so I did end up recently switching that around, but for now it kind of worked. Next, I added in this gold spider dish with my very favorite black glass skull candle pedestal with Spooky Cider Lane, this snake hourglass, which is always such a fun piece. And then I tried adding in this spooky sign with the skull, and it worked there for a moment, but I end up changing my mind. And then I added in this little eek pumpkin with the gold spider. Everything just very much goes together, matches so well. I added in some coasters. Placement for me is everything, so I do just move everything around until it's just in the perfect spot for me aesthetically. It's like a meditation for me, honestly. Next, I added in this gold owl tiki mug that I like to use as a vase, and I use these black eyeball roses from the Dollar Tree once again in there. I think I might do something different next year with this. I mean, I love using it as a vase, but we'll see what we can come up with next year. So next, I added in some of our very favorite cocktail books that also fit the theme. This bubbly bar book is nothing but cocktails that include champagne and sparkling wine. I love it so much because I am very much a champagne lover. Vintage spirits and forgotten cocktails. I don't know why I never brought this up here so we could take a look at it and make more vintage inspired drinks up here. Just flipping through all of the very vintage cocktail recipes and history. I love it so much. And finally, there is Death & Co. Modern Classic Cocktails, which is just one of the best cocktail books that is out there. I highly recommend picking it up if you do like to make yourself a very nice cocktail. You will learn a lot. So I ended up stacking them in a way that felt aesthetically pleasing. I then added in this I Lit the Black Flame candle, which was from Spirit Halloween. I ended up putting the Vintage Spirits and Forgotten Cocktails book over here to the right. I just felt that it worked out much better and it got its own little moment. Next, of course, we had to fill the gold spider dish with nothing other than some very delectable Twix, okay? The wrapper is gold and it is such a vibe. The skeleton hand bowl is now back with a vengeance and it wants to be used, so I ended up putting it on the left side of the table. And instead of putting black cobwebs in it, I decided, hey, why not just fill this with Halloween candy? If you guys don't remember, I did have a peanut allergy for almost half my life, but recently got tested. I am better. I am free now to actually enjoy Halloween candy without being terrified, which is such a relief. So now that I can have some, I am going to add it back into my decor. It's so freeing knowing that, like, yeah, it's candy and you shouldn't eat it a lot, but when you are deprived because you're actually allergic, you kind of look at it differently. It's just such a treat and such an experience being able to have Halloween candy again. It didn't feel like Halloween without having that ability. Sometimes, you know, you want to have a little bit of a fun size bite to experience the season. Yeah, I couldn't do that for a long time. So that is why I am highlighting so much Halloween candy on this table this year, because I'm excited about it. It doesn't feel like Halloween if Halloween candy is not around. I mean, am I right? I'm really loving the vibe and the ambiance of everything. It's so much more functional for our movie nights. Glam, but cozy at the same time. I'm just really happy with it. So here's what everything looks like in the daytime, and at the end of the video, I will give you guys that traditional night montage. So do stay tuned. But up next, we have a very simple but fun cocktail recipe. So next we are making a gin Rickey, which is a very classic 1920s cocktail, but with a little bit of a spin on it. Of course, I had to make it more Halloweeny. So you fill a highball glass with ice, and then you add in 1.5 ounces of your gin of choice, 1 ounce of lime juice, and then 1 ounce of Midori melon liqueur. And this is where the spooky twist comes in. And then top the drink off with a generous amount of Pellegrino and stir. This cocktail at its base is just gin, lime, and tonic water, but we added in the melon liqueur to give it that spooky twist and to give it a little bit more fun flavor for the season. Garnish with lime wheels as you see fit. Add in a festive straw and enjoy. Ooh, can you imagine in a blacklight situation, your drink will actually glow. So that's the fun part of it. You could also add in one of those light up ice cubes that I've showed you guys in previous years for even more fun. But yeah, that is my twist on a gin Rickey. I thought it tasted great because the Midori adds in that little extra kick of sweetness that you wouldn't normally get in a gin Rickey. A gin Rickey is very more spirit forward and you taste the gin a lot more. The Midori kind of blends everything together and gives it just a little hint of sweetness, which is really delicious. So if you guys try it out, let me know what you think in the comments below. Mysterious green fluid. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to see more videos like this in the future. I have more coming for you guys very soon, so please stay tuned. Until then, take care of yourselves and I'll see you in the next one. Stay spooky.